Last time on The Wandering Path.
After he summoned wraiths into the governor's office during our hero's heist, the gang captured Javi, cloaked mastermind behind the mech attack at the bridge. Turns out he wants some understandable things for some decent reasons, but his methods are all sorts of whack, and even JJ's bestie Samira, who actually came to rescue him, ended up switching sides. Now that our team has a hand on the wheel, can we maybe prepare a little and swerve it into the right direction? Let's see what's around the bend. Today, on The Wandering Path. We start today in a wide open ring inside a large arena space, a battleground covered with a layer of dirt for traction. We're in a large sport training complex in the Come Up, a place which Ibra is very familiar with. This is the place they come for martial training. Gwen has advised you to lay low, so y'all have been spending the past day or two working on improving your battle skills. In the center of the dirt ring stands a tall figure, bald and towering, dressed neck to toe in some kind of shiny reflective armor with a long spear tipped to a gleaming razor-sharp point. This is Mubarak, Ibra's longtime trainer, and they've instructed you to form up in a wide circle around them. The four of you with paths stand primed and ready for the start of today's training program, a full combat sequence. Mubarak takes their spear and pounds it twice against their breastplate. The armor ripples from the point of contact, and hydraulics in the floor cause mechanical training dummies mounted to the platform underneath to rise up and lock into place. They click and whir and rotate on their gears to take aim at you. Then Mubarak slams the blunt end of the spear on the ground, pulls a visor down over their face, and in a booming voice says, "Begin!" Everybody roll for initiative.
Oh.
Yeah, that was ominous.
That is a 17.
A 14.
13.
I merely rolled a 9.
Hey, could be worse.
Could be an 8.
Could be dead.
Could be dead.
Could be dead. Oh, that's, I don't like that. Misha rolled some dice and then didn't show them to anybody and put them away.
Has rolled a 6. What do you want?
That's all I wanted to know.
Okay, fine. Well, Fran, that puts you first.
Yay. Oh, good. I take out my gun. Okay. Okay, yeah, he's like, I'm not gonna actually hurt him, right? Well, actually, I don't know. I never hit anything, so I'm probably gonna be fine. I'm gonna roll the hit. I think I'm just gonna go straight for the middle of the plate.
Yeah, sure, center mass.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
That's a 21?
Why did you say, oh no?
Because I never hit anything.
Finally, Fran's precision has improved.
My precision, my target practice, it's just been pictures of my enemies. I don't have any enemies. It's just blank pieces of paper.
Yeah, you take the firing stance that you've been practicing the past couple days.
I'm so excited.
And the hammer blow of the tiny gun with the loud bang.
Oh my god, I love it.
Rings out throughout the space.
Okay, here we go. I'm so excited. This has never happened before. So that's 12 damage.
Whoa!
Nice.
Dang.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Nice shot.
Yeah, so your new stance, firing for center mass, all of this sort of belies the fact that you've been training with these weapons
Yes.
the past couple days. Can you give us a snapshot of a moment?
Yeah, I think Fran, all these moments where she hasn't fired her gun and chose to do something else instead because that made more sense for how bad she was. But she was practicing. She was looking at pieces of paper. She was firing little holes in it, and she was visualizing it. She was seeing the vision. So she saw the plate armor. She saw it as a little piece of paper. She took her little stance, and she fired straight and true.
Wow, 12 damage.
That's crazy.
It pings and rebounds off the armor. The armor sort of ripples from the pointed contact. Cool. This is very clearly some special training armor.
Yeah.
But the ripples are big, and I don't think you expected them to be as big as they were.
Oh my god. Wow, practice does make perfect. That's crazy that they say that, and it's true.
It really does, and that was perfect.
Oh my, Ibra.
Ibra, you are next.
Okay. Ibra has probably been training with Mubarak for a few hours before everyone else got there, so they're already sweaty, already a little bit frustrated at not getting the hits in that they wanted to be getting in. And so they take their naginata, and then they realize they've still got their shield out. So they put their shield on their back, they get their two hands on their naginata, and they sigh. And they go in to hit Mubarak they go in for a feint and then a strike. But but they're a little agitated, so I think I want to roll with disadvantage. Is that okay?
You want to roll with disadvantage? You can do whatever you want.
Dex is a professional.
It's been a couple hours of this, and Ibra doesn't feel like they're making the progress that they're literally just saw Fran is making.
Oh my, it was a fluke, okay?
Actually, that's a natural 1, or a natural fuck.
Oh, natural fuck.
So I think you feint to one side and like try to bring the naginata back around in a sweeping motion, and it's you're aiming for agility these days, and this thing's just a little heavy on the swing, and so Mubarak just knocks it aside with a big clang. Too slow. Try again.
Oh, fun.
I can't.
Wow. A frustrating moment for Ibra. I think, with Ibra having been the person so used to this training, like maybe the threshold for improvement is just that much higher.
Yeah. And they've also got all these feelings going on. They're 3 days into being cut off from their parents, and it's not something they want to be thinking about, but it's something that's always just sitting there in the back of their mind. Nothing they feel like they're doing is good enough.
Damn.
Let's have a fun little moment here. Will you roll a charisma saving throw?
Yep.
Is that a fun moment here?
Define fun.
12.
Could be a spooky moment here. Oh, 12.
12.
With a 12, you manage to keep it off of your face, because I think possibly the only thing worse than having these thoughts and being unfocused is letting your instructor know how unfocused you are, but you managed to maintain the facade at least. JJ.
Are the training dummies mobile, or are they standing?
They are built onto poles that are stuck into the ground. They're like little like padded mannequins.
Do they have little faces?
I think they have very like neutral faces, just like a couple of like. Fran, someone is only thinking practically about the use of these things, but there's so much more room for aesthetic.
There's potential here. There's
potential.
a lot. You could have a confused face one. You could have an angry face one. I should write these things down.
You're gonna redesign the training dummies in
Yeah,
here.
actually, yeah, for sure.
After first seeing Fran hit our trainer like square in the chest, JJ goes, "Hell yeah! Nice job!" And then bonus action just swings a spiritual weapon, in this case, a big old stop sign just in the air.
I love that your spiritual weapon is like crossing signs and stuff. It's so fun.
Yeah. And then seeing Ibra square up and not making contact with Mubarak, I say, "I got you!" And then while running, instead of the wrench, I am holding a big old pickaxe. And as I'm running, I kind of dig it into the ground, hooking onto his leg just to swing on his backside. And then I cast Spirit Guardian right around myself. And so as that emanates from me, the spiritual essence are a bunch of cars around my feet. Then the upper level is a bunch of butterflies, and further up around me are a bunch of eagles as I cast this area around me. And obviously I will choose my allies as being immune to the effects of Spirit Guardians.
Wow.
So that means Mubarak's speed is halved, and when the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. It's a 19.
Okay, that does save, but we'll take half damage.
Half damage on a success.
Oh, I love half damage.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
I
it'll
love
take
when you still get a little
3d8.
treat.
We love a
We can
cleric.
have a little bit of damage. Just a treat.
Just a little damage.
So we'll still take 5 radiant damage on impact. So yeah, this flurry of whirling objects comes around me, and I kind of not over the shoulder because I'm short, under the armpit, make eye contact with Ibra and say, "Lock in, come on."
Okay.
Yeah, Mubarak sort of like sidesteps and tries to dance around your spirit guardians, but like in trying to fleet-footedly like dodge your pickaxe hook, dodge your little traffic, like gets pinged by a couple of the tiny spirit eagles on the helmet. You can hear the smile in their voice underneath the visor. Not bad.
Cool.
Gordon, that's you.
So I prime one of the new bomb formula that I've learned. An oil bomb.
Whoa.
And I
Flammable.
throw it directly in his direction. That would be a 20.
What?
Whoa.
gonna
Dirty or clean?
Dirty 20.
Oh, hell yeah.
And
My
then,
favorite kind of 20.
Dirty, slutty,
And then every subsequent attack that is fire damage attack gets an additional D6 fire damage.
Whoa, fire does more damage.
And
Sick.
it's additional D6 for every D6 of the attack.
Oh my
Or
god.
for every dice of the attack, I believe.
Yeah, still coming out of like the sort of dancing maneuver to dodge JJ's Spirit Guardians. You cover this man in oil and he like slides more than he was expecting to. I'm gonna roll a dex save.
Oh, it's actually sticky oil.
Oh, it's sticky oil.
Yeah.
Sticky oil.
Sticky flammable.
Sticky
Oh.
flammable oil.
Oh,
like
so,
tar.
So then he tries to like make the dodging maneuver and like maybe a foot gets stuck and he like falters a little bit in the motion and then still carries it through. It's like looks around at all of you sort of like going straight for him and goes, "Yes, come at me!" and bangs the shield again.
Oh man, he's
Amazing.
Are
bold.
me and Ibra in that blast radius?
I love that you asked me that because I have discovered a new discovery called precision explosives.
Oh.
So I think it's actually only one, but I can choose one ally in a blast radius, and they get, I think it's like plus 10 to their save. They don't take damage, essentially.
Cool.
So give that to JJ.
Well, and
Yeah.
I also think, a combination of that and like throwing the bomb slightly far so that the radius only splashes on the guy a
Yeah,
little bit.
sure,
I think
sure.
we can make that work.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but as a bonus action, I pull a book out of my bag of holding, my new grimoire, and I cast Transient Bulwark on myself.
Okay.
This is
Hello?
new.
Hello?
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 Do I have to roll to cast that, or you just cast it?
No, you just do it, my man.
That's my first ever spell that I've ever cast in.
Yes.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so the next attack made against you within the next 8 hours gets minus 10 to hit.
Maze.
What are the spell components? Like, do we recognize that you're casting a spell right now?
Pulled out a book.
I pulled out a book and I read from the
His grimoire.
investigator's grimoire because I'm multiclassing as an investigator.
Whoa. Okay, so let's flash back a little bit.
Yeah.
So, in the past couple days, like you're learning some new chemistry and you're researching in this grimoire. What does that look like for Gordon?
Well, when we had originally gone to the library and were looking through all those books looking for history, Gordon got really, really sparked. I got really, really like enthralled by anything I could find that was vaguely supernatural. And it's been hard to find specific answers to what is happening right now, but it was less hard to find a lot of supplemental material on like the supernatural and the occult. So the past couple of days, Gordon has been poring over all of these books on like supernatural entities and like anti-occultist investigators.
So Gordon's really taking like battlefield advice from like our equivalent of the National Enquirer.
Yes, 100 and a bunch of like moldy old books.
Yeah.
So
Old
funny.
moldies.
Sure.
Old moldies.
Some from the library, some from local bookshops. Gordon keeps walking into bookstores and just being like, "Hey, give me your oldest and moldiest."
The
Give me
benefits
your
of oldie
cold,
moldy.
you're hungry, you're oldest, you're moldiest.
Yeah, and the grimoire that I got from a used bookstore, and there's mold on it. And now that I said it, I kind of like it because sourdough is, essentially it's a yeast growth.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like my book is kind of sour, just like my bread.
Yeah. So while you're doing these things, are you neglecting the baking duties? Like, are you? Tell me, because you've also leveled up your chemistry a little bit here.
Totally. Yeah, I know more bombs. I know some more stuff about bomb making
Yeah.
and throwing.
In fact, I if you'll allow me,
Yes.
I think that when you guys got back from the upper city,
Yeah.
Cecilia, now having been clued in to the fact that you guys are doing important work that puts your life in danger,
Yeah.
maybe pulled you aside one day and was like, "Hey, man, I love what you're doing with your muffin bombs. That's crazy cool.
Thanks.
I think I've got some advanced baking techniques."
Advanced baking techniques?
Yeah. Did you know that like you can enchant flour for different confections? Did you know that you can do it in this way? Did you know that you can like make a savory muffin that has an olive oil pocket in this way that when it explodes? And she like starts sort of bringing you through more like Cecilia reveals herself to know battle baking techniques.
I literally feel, I don't know if this is what she did, but I feel like she pulled out, like she unlocked a secret drawer in her office.
Yeah.
And dust kind of poofed out because she doesn't open it very often. Sorry, flour. And like a bunch of magical, interesting things were inside. Yes, Cecilia definitely pulled me aside and has been showing me. So we've been working around the clock, basically.
Yeah.
So I've been researching, and then going to Cecilia's and learning a bunch of techniques from her.
Sure.
So I haven't been sleeping that much.
No.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think I slept like an hour last night. So I'm actually pretty impressed that I hit with that oil bomb because I'm a little woozy.
Yeah, so I think when we snap back to the battleground, like you toss this bomb, it has this new effect that Cecilia just taught you that's just like a super advanced technique. You bring up a spell you brought from a grimoire and you're like, yes, finally! And we get a close-up of Gordon's face and like the bags under your eyes when you have this moment of victory are just so deep.
Yeah,
Damn,
I'm like,
that's real.
I'm really like, yes, finally.
And then like you lean up against the ephemeral bulwark that you just make for a second. You're just like, oh, I'm here.
I'm awake.
Brutal.
That's important. That the bulwark's going to be helpful because I don't think I'm very good at dodging right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Sleepy. He's eepy.
Big EP.
Big EP.
I'm also going to say that part of the reason I didn't sleep a lot too is because I came home and I had not taken BG out for a walk. And BG chewed the corner of my bed pretty hard.
Oh no!
Yeah, like when you walk in and you, like a blanket is destroyed.
Yeah.
And then the corner of your bed has some tooth marks and a lot of slobber, and then maybe there's like a mysterious poop smell coming from a place that you can't figure out.
It was your shoe.
It was.
It was inside your left shoe.
Classic poop shoe.
Dang.
That's BG's main attack.
True.
There
True
was
moment.
one morning I was like getting ready for school and it was dark and I just like my foot pressed and I like it was that scene in Spirited Away where like the shiver went all the way up my spine and I was like, oh my God.
I have been
Dude,
there.
sticking your foot in a poop shoe would be the worst thing
Oh, it wasn't
ever.
even a shoe. It was on the ground.
Oh.
It was just like
I've been there.
foot ground in the laundry room.
So I guess that's my next question. Have you brought BG to combat training with you today?
Oh,
BG!
you know I did.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm also half leaning on BG because he's basically up to my chest. He's such a big black mastiff.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And BG has armor that you made, right? Little
He
like
does.
dog armor.
And he looks very handsome.
Go ahead and roll an attack roll for BG as well.
Is the attack I'm rolling poop shoe or is it bite or what is it?
In the book, it's called Bite, and
Ooh.
I think we'll stick with that.
Is it a D20?
It's a D20 plus 3 to hit.
Hell yeah. Go BG.
15.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
15. So BG sees you establish the transient bulwark and sort of like get yourself in place, and then darts forward, fangs bared, flies through the air, mouth forward to clamp onto Mubarak's armor, gets his entire jowl around Mubarak's forearm. Mubarak has to like shake him to let go, and it seems like Mubarak is struggling, but also kind of turns to you and goes, "That's a good boy."
Aw, that's a good boy.
Amazing. I love that so much.
I do too.
Next up is Paz.
Yeah, Paz.
Paz is working on sort of generating like a big ball lightning. It seems like there's a lot of power in her, and what she's been working on is like containment and direction,
Cool.
as opposed to just firing electricity
Randomly.
in all directions.
Terrifying.
And like,
Yeah.
listen, it's a great combo move you've worked out, Ibra, but you do get hurt every time you do it, and maybe that would not
Owie.
be great. Yeah.
Dang.
She fires a huge bolt towards Mubarak. The bolt hits him square in the chest, and again, the breastplate like sort of ripples and fractalizes.
This breastplate's having a rough day.
I'm gonna do damage, and then Fran, I want you to roll something because you would probably know something about this. But first, we're gonna do Paz damage.
Paz damage.
Paz damage.
The best kind of damage.
Paz damage.
11 lightning damage.
Oh,
Big news.
yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah, Fran, you take a look at this breastplate, and I want you to roll intelligence with proficiency.
Intelligence with proficiency. Okay. I rolled a 10 plus 3. And then my intelligence is also plus 3. Do I add that as well?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Then it's 16.
nice.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, you can spot a magically crafted suit of armor when you see one. I think it looks like some kind of mirror armor that like absorbs and reflects energy that like is perfect for a training instructor. It looks really expensive, like high-end armor. As you've been training and sort of learning how these tags function, you can recognize that this is not a tagged piece of armor, that this was enchanted through some Astra-based method.
Yo, okay, what's the deal with that armor?
Oh, he always wears it for training. It's like super, super important.
But do you know where he got it from?
I never asked.
Okay, good to know.
Next up in the turn order, Mubarak is going to move.
He has to make a save for my spirit guardians first.
Spirit Guardian.
Are we gonna kill Mubarak? I'm
No,
sorry.
we
His
can't.
armor-
His
No,
armor is too
I-
special.
I don't know if I explained this well enough. The armor is for training and keeps you from being able to kill him.
Yeah, it's like
I was
reflect-
trying to do
it's
cool
like-
story stuff.
It's
I don't
reflect.
know.
Have you ever played a video game with the reflect spell in it?
Yeah.
It's infuriating.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing ever.
I just want to make sure Mubarak's not in danger.
No,
Because-
Mubarak
'cause they're
is
pretty
the best
powerful.
of all of us.
So true.
Wisdom save,
I rolled
please.
a 10 wisdom save.
Yeah, fails. 3d8.
Damage? 3d8 damage?
Yeah, 3d8 radiant.
Jesus.
No, 3d8
fucking-
friendly handshake.
I like seeing
Friendly
JJ
butterfly
get fired
kisses.
up too. Like JJ's feeling all inspired. Their heart's full of determination.
That is 11 points of radiant damage.
Oh yeah.
Ow.
Oh my gosh.
A little spirit guardian 18-wheeler hits him hard in the shin.
Yeah, he turns around and goes, "Now it is my ow." I think is going to take a wide swing around with the spear, like kind of around the head in all directions. I think that's probably going to be an attack on Ibra. Too many confounding, distracting things happening on the battlefield right now. You've hit him with an oil bomb. You've hit him with spirit guardians. You shot him point blank with a gun, with a magic gun and a giant bolt of lightning. Mubarak
Very,
rolled
very
a nat
frightening.
1 on the attack. I think something about the oil that got splashed on them, like makes the spear slip out of his hands and clatter far away. So wow, he was gonna make a second attack, and now he has to go retrieve his spear.
Dang, that's
Nice.
tough. That's
Yeah.
rough, buddy. I
So
get it.
do I have to do anything to move out of your spirit guardian's aura?
The half movement.
Let me see. I'll roll just a odds and evens to see if it's too far away for one move. No, it's close enough that I can get there with half movement. That's gonna
Opportunity.
Opportunity.
yeah, that'll be opportunity attack for Ibra.
Oof. A 9 to hit.
Oh, that's not gonna do it.
That's not gonna do it. You see him get distracted, and you go to strike, but he's still just a little quick. He lunges forward to grab his spear, comes back up in a defensive pose, and goes, "Not quick enough, Ibra! Faster, faster!"
Is that thing heavy?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Good to know.
There's one more thing that happens before we go to the top of the turn order. You hear a mechanical wooden clicking and clunking, and the dummies move to face one of you each. They fire a
yeah.
couple of darts.
Oh!
Sick.
Are they sleeping darts?
Are they?
That is a 13 to hit all of you.
No.
Nope.
That's not gonna do it.
Nope. Does that dart, like, is that my, what is it, that spell I cast?
It would count
Bulwark?
as the next attack against
So that's
you,
the
yes.
one.
Oh,
right?
yeah, sure, yeah.
So now that goes away. Transient bulwark.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, Paz is the one who gets hit. Ow!
You okay?
That hurt!
Yeah, that looks
it
bad.
Hey, that was rude! And she starts crackling with
Oh,
electricity.
it's rage. It's rage time.
Oh boy.
Fran, we are back to you.
Here I go. Wait, actually, okay, so these dummies have moved.
Yeah,
They've activated.
They've activated. They've turned on their axes. They're like rotating little guys that fire darts while you're.
I'm gonna fire at that dummy. Oh, it's attacked Paz. I want to fire at the one that attacked Paz.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember what we practiced.
Okay.
White stance.
It's a nat 1.
Ooh.
I forgot what we practiced.
You fire at the dummy, and the bullet hits the wall like a hammer blow, and make like a tiny little bullet, pretty sizable impact crater in the wall.
I say to the dummy, and there's more where that came from.
The dummy responds with mechanical clicking and clunking. I imagine you're going to use your bonus action to reload.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Ibra, that is you.
All right. Ibra is regretting using their reaction for themselves for that opportunity attack instead of protecting Paz, and so they're busy beating themselves up right now. It sort of takes them a second to realize that it is their turn. It is time to do something. So they take a beat. They use Warden's Mark on Mubarak, and they use their moment of Warden's Mark to refocus on their trainer. And this is just like every other time we've done this. I think Ibra's like feeling the weight of the Naginata in both hands and is like, and just during that breath where their focus recenters, they realize they've got more tools now. And they reach out and they cast Thorn Whip.
Cool.
Towards Mubarak. Blue vines, several of them forming like a thick tangle coming out of Ibra's hands and wrists. And when Ibra swirls them around their head, they get longer.
Ooh.
And as they throw them forward, they extend out.
Very
with
cool.
thorns at the very edge reaching towards the target.
Yeah. Like a Stegosaurus's Thagomizer.
Yeah.
What?
Called the Thagomizer?
Thagomize me, baby.
Called.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Wait.
crazy.
What?
Yeah?
Yeah, at the end of their
Why
tail.
is that not the title of the episode?
It might be now.
Thagomize me, baby. 13.
A 13 is not going to hit. You slam down at the spot where Mubarak was. He tumbles to the side and comes up and goes, "New abilities, we love to see it. Next we work on control."
Okay.
The blurriness at the edge of your vision increases as you come back to yourself. You look down at the spot in the dirt where your thorn whip slammed into the ground. And where your thorn whip only hit air is now standing a knight, dressed in resplendent armor, staring directly at you.
Okie dokies.
Ibra blinks really hard and cracks their neck.
The vision of the knight disappears
Ah,
as soon as you open your eyes.
jeez.
No, I need to focus.
Hey, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay.
You saw it again, didn't you?
No, I'm
It's okay, you're
just
good.
not hitting. I'm fine. I'm
It's
fine.
okay, you're fine.
JJ, that is you.
First, at the dummies, I think Jade is like, didn't know that they could do that. And then uses bonus action to have my spiritual weapon stop sign slap on the one dummy.
Sure, go for it.
So it's a dirty 20 on the dummy.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
absolutely.
Shoot.
Which then takes... Ooh, max. So that dummy takes 12 points of force damage.
Amazing.
Whoa. You swing your ethereal stop sign clear through the air and smash this dummy to smithereens, to its little wooden splinters across the ground.
Hell yeah. And then kind of seeing Ibra being weird, I guess, focuses a little bit more and is like, okay, step up. And then gets into melee range with Mubarak and then like reaches out, slaps the armor to cast Inflict Wounds. Second level.
Whoa.
The Astra in the bracer glows, lighting up her forearm, wrist, hands to the point of contact on Mubarak's armor, and clenches her hand on the armor a bit. You can see that the patterns from the veins like kind of turn to stonework brick pattern, trying to exert force onto the target.
Yeah, I think some of that like armor ripples and like crystallizes to protect Mubarak's body from the effects of the spell, but like you can see the armor straining to maintain its form.
That's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Woo! And I cast at second level, which means 4d10 necrotic.
Oh my god. I love inflict wounds.
Wow.
I love and blight is like 8d10.
That's 24 points of necrotic damage.
Holy cow.
Mubarak just looks down and goes, "Yes, give me your strength."
Mubarak's a pretty unstoppable individual.
Gordon, that is your turn.
Okay, so where's BG is the question. Is BG in blast range?
Yes, but you and BG sort of take your turns together, so you could have BG move away from the blast range and then throw your bomb if you like.
Okay, so I think I whistle for BG to scoot out of range a little bit, and then I toss just a regular fire bomb at Mubarak, which will do the extra d6.
Yeah,
Damn.
covered in oil. Okay, go ahead and roll your attack.
Damn.
Shit. Fuck balls. 14.
Ooh, a 14's not quite going to hit.
Good lord.
I think you toss the bomb, it goes wide, and it falls into the pool of oil that was on the dirt already.
Yeah.
And now there's just like a little bit, and it explodes, and now there's like a little fire on the battlefield.
Cool.
Still sick.
Yeah, pretty
And then
slay.
do I get a bonus action, or is the bonus action whistling for BG to get out of the way?
No, speaking out loud is free action.
Great. So then I think I turn. Am I in melee range of my wooden dummy who's shooting darts at me?
You can get into melee range of a wooden dummy.
I look at this wooden dummy and I'm like, fuck you, wooden dummy. No more darts. And I brandish my parlor pistol gained from the stranger.
Yes,
Javi's
stranger.
pistol.
I have Javi's pistol and I have Javi's claw glove.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I'm going to, so I guess I don't even need to get in range. I take the parlor pistol.
And you're going to take a shot.
I yeeted it.
Yeah, you did.
26.
That dummy doesn't exist anymore. Maybe
Yeah,
it
I-
never existed.
I think while you leave Mubarak and BG to kind of like dance around that little bit of fire, you turn and one of the dummies sort of like clicks and turns on its gears to face you, and you line up a shot right for like the base where the gears turn, and I think you fire and the bullet lodges into the gears and it can't move and aim anymore.
Heck yeah.
Sick.
I think BG, what other skills could BG be practicing?
Great question. So BG has that one attack,
Right.
And also can take any normal action. So that's like dodge or disengage or help. You could assign BG to help one of your allies and give them advantage on their next attack roll.
Oh, interesting.
Stuff like that.
I think BG's going to, I guess, disengage so because we can run over to
Right.
JJ.
Sounds good.
Hell yeah.
Halflings and other small humanoids ride them as mounts.
Oh,
I'm looking
my
at the
God.
stats.
Yeah, no, I could ride a Mastiff as a
I
mount.
love this.
I know
Oh my
that.
God.
We've talked about this
And
before.
BG has a little bit of like armor, so that's kind of.
This is phenomenal.
It's coming. It's coming.
We're
Here
eating
we
good in the
go.
neighborhood.
Paz, crackling with electricity, considers her target, but imagines that the dummies will stop if the training exercise ends. So she's going to maintain concentration on that big old lightning bolt and is just going to pump extra juice into it
I love it.
for 9 damage.
Hey,
9 lightning damage.
Damage.
As she does, as the voltage increases through her attack, you see her eyes start to glow white and a look of rage contorts her face. Everybody, I think, was kind of aware that this is a training exercise. It looks for a moment that Paz may have forgotten. Next up in the turn order is Mubarak,
Hell yeah.
Spirit Guardian.
Spear Guardians.
He's not moved out of my range.
18 to save.
That'll save, but it's still half.
Okay.
I love that so much.
5 points of radiant damage.
Whoa.
I think a butterfly goes into his ear.
That sounds like an awful experience.
Yeah, just like the sound of a little butterfly going.
Oh, God.
Yeah, listeners, I'm not going to make that sound design happen, but you can just imagine in your heads. You're welcome.
It's pretty gnar.
That sounds terrible.
Pretty gnar.
I feel bad for any opponent we're gonna face because I already feel like we're super powerful. Am I crazy? Am I
I'm feeling pretty
overjudging
good.
us?
You could be both.
Collectively, we're a level 20 character.
That's definitely how that math works. I think Mubarak is going to dart forward out of melee range of
Coward.
Ibra
I was also in melee range.
and JJ. Would either of you like to react to that?
Yeah. Ibra's still angry and still not very focused as much as they usually would be and not planning ahead. So they're going to take another opportunity attack.
Ooh, boy.
No.
No, that is a 13 to hit again.
Ooh, yeah, that's not going to do it. You know, and I think it's like slightly surprising that Mubarak in this sort of big, bulky armor moves so deftly, but just sort of like
He's just better than everybody else.
floats like a butterfly and in between these attacks, I think is going to dig the tip of their spear into the dirt and fling dirt into Gordon's face.
Oh, no. Oh, no, no.
I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dang, son.
Oh, not in this house.
15.
That's gonna save. So you manage to like put a hand up to your face and like the dirt does not get in your eyes.
Damn right.
And so you're able to see when the spear swings back around to come attack you.
Oh my god!
But because you can see it coming, it's easy enough to dodge. He really thought he was going to get you with that dirt maneuver.
Oh.
The spear swings around, and in sort of like a half Matrix, half, oh my God, woo, anime face, I sort of like soft noodle back.
Yeah.
And it just like slides an inch past my nose.
Nice.
Cool.
Nose.
And my mouth is like big and open as it's going, and I'm like, ah!
But as soon as you come back up, your face turns back to stone, so
Yeah.
the instructor
and
doesn't see it.
And then my eyes disappear, and it's just the slits with
Yeah.
the angry eyebrows.
Yes.
And then I dig my 1 foot into the dirt.
Yes.
Yeah. I think Mubarak slides through the motion in the dirt and like ends up like 5 feet away from you and turns back to face you all, holds the spear aloft and motions for the dummies to attack.
Oh, jeez.
Dummies.
It's a 15 to hit. Ibra and JJ.
That
No.
hits me.
That hits you. And it hits Paz as well.
Wait, what's Paz's AC? 13?
Like 11.
Ooh, sorcerers.
Yeah. That's going to be 3 piercing damage.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Keep going. Keep going. We're good. We're good. And like specifically like looks at Ibra also because we're still in close quarters. We had just like swung and missed. We're good.
Mubarak slams the spear against the shield one more time and goes, "Good! Shake it off! We're just getting started!" Hey there, it's Misha. This is the rest stop. Come take a break beside the path with me, just until we catch our breath. I hope you're enjoying this friendly combat so far. It seemed like we should have one where we just get to show off cool moves, and people's lives aren't on the line. Everything's not always doom and gloom for our heroes. Sometimes things can be a little chill, especially as we get back in the swing of things here. And of course, I'm very excited that this episode prominently features Mubarak, a character named after our patron Mubarak D. That's a perk available to our cartographer level patrons at patreon.com/wanderingpathpod. We'll name a character after you. And you'll also get early access to every episode, not too shabby. There's also ad-free versions, blooper reels, and more over there. So if you can help us out, check out our stuff and help bring us life, sustain us, and bring us to new seasons. Shout out this week to our newest patrons, Neve, Rachel M, and a kid from Kansas. And of course, an extra big shout of love to our patrons at the Voyager level and above, JWX, Mubarak D, Aubrey L, Claricite, and MC Jabberwocky. Hey, that list is getting a little longer now. We love it. Our sponsor this week is Volanti Designs, creators of high-quality, ethically made clothing inspired by video games and other media. Their handmade jackets bring that badass main character energy into your everyday life, with official licenses from series like Assassin's Creed, Devil May Cry, and Star Trek, as well as plenty of original collections like their Cyberpunk and Modern Ninja line. Volanti Design has a jacket for whatever your lifestyle needs. Ethically sourced and manufactured, Volanti jackets are made for quality and will last you for years to come. For 10% off your order, go on over to volantidesign.us and use promo code WanderingPath, which, as y'all know, really helps us out as well. One more time, that's volantidesign.us with code WanderingPath to get 10% off your order. Volanti Design. Stay badass. Okay, that's it for now. Let's get back on the path and back to the show. Mubarak slams his spear against his shield one more time and goes, "We're just getting started!" Hydraulics in the dirt floor open up,
Oh my
and
God.
a few more training dummies pop up from the ground.
Oh my God.
With like batons on each like training dummy arm and start swinging around. The battlefield is going to have some difficult terrain
No.
for the second half of our combat here.
Oh, my word.
We're gonna dive back in with Fran.
Okay, man. I'm not within melee range of Mubarak.
No.
Okay. Am I in melee range of any of the dummies that have just arisen out of the floor?
You can be. You have a certain amount of movement.
No,
You can
I know.
You can get in close to like probably a dummy. I think Mubarak has sort of been like sliding away from you, and you've been doing some ranged attacks so far.
That's fair. Okay, cool. I think whatever the nearest dummy to me is that should have a face but doesn't.
Yeah, you look at it in the blank face and you go, "Why don't you have a face?"
Why don't you have a face? I can't connect to you this way. I don't know what your deal is. So I'm going
What's
to
my
destroy
motivation?
you. Ah! I'm going to destroy the dummy. So I have a wrench that was gifted to me by JJ. So I'm gonna take that out, and I'm gonna swing on this. I'm gonna swing on this dummy.
Okay.
I'm gonna swing on this dummy real quick.
Can we get like a brief little flashback to like when did you get this wrench?
I think so we arrived here a few days ago for training, right?
Yeah.
And I think probably if there's like a locker room or like a little
sure.
area, I think I was like messing with my gun and maybe doing my dumb practice by myself, and maybe JJ was like, girl.
Yeah, I feel like, maybe I brought you to the training range where I learned how to shoot my gun.
Yeah.
And then this is like a scrapyard, essentially.
Yeah. Sure.
After a few rounds, I'm like, oh, okay. So you are getting better. You are getting better.
Being better than being the worst is still pretty bad.
Having a multitude of skills is a good thing, but you also have to play to your strengths a little bit. And then JJ kind of like looks down at your biceps.
What do you mean?
Well, you're, pardon my bluntness, fucking jacked.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, I mean, you like carry trays all day.
Absolutely.
You have to,
It was required when I worked at Boggins that I had to lift at least 50 pounds over my head.
Yeah, and you clearly were.
Yeah.
Let's try something else. And then I think JJ kind of gestures to a really janky, busted fridge that is out here.
Okay.
And then I just hold out my big wrench.
Okay.
Try it.
Like fixing it?
No. The opposite.
Oh, making it worse?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh. All right. With that thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna grab the wrench from you.
It's a big boy.
Is this a functional item? Out of
It
curiosity?
was. I mean, it is. That is really heavy.
Okay.
Steel.
Okay. What's the AC on this fridge?
10, I think.
Heck yeah. Oh, here we go. Come on, buddy. 11 plus it's a 14. Yeah.
Yeah, you take a wide swing and connect with this old fridge, and you make a giant dent in the front door of it.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, so think of everything that pisses you off.
Okay.
When you do that.
Okay.
It's an outlet.
What is
eye on that animatronic? Never got to fix it. Okay. That's a 13.
Yeah. You swing down on the door, it like fully pops open and won't be closed anymore.
Okay. Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever been in a physical fight with that wasn't just with my gun. I've never punched anybody or hit anybody with a blunt object before. I did try to throw that plate that one time, and it did not go very well for me.
I mean, instincts kick in, and you don't really know what will happen. I did crazy shit too. I also fired a gun, and I didn't really.
Yeah.
This out here is mostly for fun.
Yeah.
That what we have to do.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Yeah, I look at the busted up door, and I'm just like, that's a person. But you know what? Sometimes that's what has to happen, I guess.
Yeah.
This is easier for sure. God,
you are natural at this. It's a little alarming.
I don't know what that says about me.
You have a good arm and take big swings.
There you go. Yeah, that tracks. I'm gonna hit it again.
So we come back into the training ground, and you're winding up a little bit more versed in what it takes to take a big swing. What are you thinking of in this moment?
Oh, okay. As I'm looking at this dummy, how awkward all of my interactions with Javi were. What the fuck was wrong with me? And I hit so that's gonna be 7 plus 3 plus 3, 13 to hit the dummy.
For sure.
8 damage to the dummy with the big wrench.
You knock into it, and it's still swing. It's got those batons, and it's swinging, but now it's swinging at an angle.
Yeah, and then
it's diagonal, and so you can kind of duck underneath it as you move.
I'm gonna duck underneath it, but then I'm so used to holding this gun and it going poorly that having the freedom of the movement and getting in a swing really fast, I realize that I have enough time for one more swing.
Yeah.
So let me see if I hit again. Oh, it definitely. That's gonna be a 21 to hit.
Yes.
So as I hit him once, he went wide, I went underneath, and then I go back again for another one.
You smash it like a Rock'em Sock'em Robot. You just knock its head right off.
Yeah, that's gonna be 5 more damage.
Yeah, you smash this thing to bits, and it stops turning on its axis, and like you just sort of keep laying into it as it stops hitting it.
Yeah! Why did you touch his face like that? That was so weird! That was so dumb! You're a normal person, you know how to talk to people!
And as you're hitting, like, man, it feels good.
Yeah.
But I think there's that bit in the back of Fran's mind that's always crafting, always trying to improve, that goes, I don't know, this is kind of a basic attack.
This is we can do better.
Is this a vessel of rage that befits the noble lineage of Fran Weaver, craftsman?
No!
Ask yourself.
No! And it does it! And I like hit that dummy again. That's for flavor, that's not for damage.
Yeah.
We can do better!
Incredible. So amazing.
I like hold the wrench above my head. I'm like, I am jacked!
Yes, you are!
Yeah! No wonder none of my shirts have sleeves. I always wondered why.
I'd wear them once, they'd have sleeves, I'd do stuff with my arms. The next day they wouldn't have sleeves. I didn't see what happened.
No drag.
Ibra, that's your turn.
Ibra is flabbergasted. Ibra is like absolutely struck silent by the sight of Fran not only hitting something, physically hitting something, but hitting it twice and connecting twice. And like, Ibra has this moment in the back of their brain that goes, why can't I look like that?
You can.
And then they have this other moment of like, where did that thought come from? And they try to shake it off. They close the distance, head back towards Mubarak, and they go back in for the strikes that they know. They want to see if they can get, they saw the speed that Fran hit with, and they want to hit.
Yeah.
They want to hit. They've been only able to hit once, and they need to be able to do what everyone else is doing. They need to keep up.
Hell yeah. You got this. You got this. Come on.
13.
Oh man, 13's not doing it. You close the gap to Mubarak and thrust forward with the Naginata and like sort of whistle past Mubarak's ear. And through the visor, Mubarak just gives you like a, not quite.
It's a little heavy. It's like slowing you down.
I think out of sheer frustration, almost feeling the residual rage coming off of Paz and Fran. And they throw the Naginata to the ground and bonus action spring heal.
Cool.
Okay.
10 feet up in the air. Actually, up in the air, but trajectory is 10 feet back.
Okay.
The rest of their movement, after landing from Spring Hill, they use the rest of their movement to just back into the corner of the arena, and they have their hands on their head and they're shaking, and they're just so frustrated. They don't want to leave. They need to stay part of this, but they can't physically do more than what they're doing right now, and it's driving them up the wall.
Ooh, frustrating. I feel that. JJ, that's your turn.
I think seeing that moment with Ibra, JJ hesitates a bit before acting. Realizes that I think Ibra needs a moment, but if someone drops out, someone's got to move in. So then charges back into range of Mubarak, and multiple dummies are whirling around, right?
Yeah. Can you go ahead and roll a dex save for me?
Cool. But every time I walk in the field, the Spirit Guardians follows me, so all of the dummies will also have to make
Yay!
saves.
Yeah.
17.
So, surrounded by an aura of like little moving traffic and like an aerial view of the city, like bathed in the aura of the city itself, you kind of stride through this field of spinning dummies and towards your target. I want to flashback here, if you don't mind. I would love to do a little flashback to a moment with Gwen. This is after your trip to the upper city. I think Gwen probably reached out to you, maybe sort of for a debrief, but I think what makes this one different is that she invited you to meet not in the office.
Oh.
Gwen has called you out to like an old wartime watchtower that's like been converted to classrooms or like office space in the come up. You're like waiting on the sidewalk to meet with her. You get another text that says, "Come up to the roof."
Whoa.
And you head up to the roof of this building, and Gwen is waiting for you in front of a vista view of Lower Prosper.
Cool.
Wow. Hi, ma'am, lady, magistrate.
JJ, Gwen is fine.
Thank you, Gwen.
Come join me.
Okay. I've never been to this building before.
It's a little bit out of my way, but I do enjoy this view. From here, like, the view between two other tall buildings just, like, sort of perfectly frames the lower city, like, sort of bathed in afternoon light, where it, like, ducks through at the angle from underneath the upper city, and, like, it just sort of awashes the city in, like, a beautiful glow. From up here, you can see the traffic patterns running through the streets like little streams, and, like, the hustle and bustle of ordinary life. And Gwen takes a deep breath. Can you feel it?
JJ mimics the same breath that she took. Looks out onto the city, noticing all the people walking around, just their day-to-day lives, glancing into windows of various buildings, seeing glimpses of people's homes, little, urban critters on occasion, like in a nearby park. You still hear birds alongside the traffic, and JJ thinks both about everything that's happened, the conversation that she had with her family, and then thinks about the reason why she wanted to work with Gwen to begin with. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, there's an uncanny kind of pulse and rhythm, and the more you breathe and the more you just sit and take it in, the closer those two things sync up. I think Gwen considers saying more, instructing. She opens her mouth to begin speaking, and then shuts it again, and looks back out over the vista. And the two of you just take a moment and breathe in sync with the city. And after a long time, maybe an hour, Gwen breaks the silence and says, JJ, I know you're here for this city. You've proven it time and time again. But just know that you're a part of it, and it's a part of you. And that the city is here for you, too.
Mm-hmm. That feels right to me.
And you look down at the astra in your bracer, and as you breathe in and out, and as the pulse and sounds of the city sort of sync and coalesce, you see a soft, gentle glow rise in your astra in time. We snap back to the training ground, and that same rhythm glows from your astra now deliberately and with full force as the track of different little cars and little animals and little people move around you in this aura, keeping you safe from harm as these dummies swing around.
Sick. That was just my movement.
Sick.
And reflecting on that, I think JJ also is okay, we have so much to fight for. All of the people whose lives are at risk. And JJ breathes in really deep, and on the exhale, the bracer charges as JJ casts Halo Flame at 3rd level.
Wow.
Oh, right, flammable.
Yeah, so a ring of flame ignites above your head and then springs outward, coming to rest in a burning circle. The circle is composed of a 5-foot wide line of flame, curving to form a 10-foot radius ring around you. Each creature I choose within the area must make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw.
And I upcast it at 3rd level, so it'll add an extra die.
Yeah, just a wave of heat coming off of summer asphalt.
Oh my
just
God.
charges towards Mubarak.
This will include the dummies, for the record.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes!
So the dummies have a
Of
automatically
none, right?
fail dex save.
Yeah,
Incredible.
obviously.
And Mubarak goes to sidestep the halo of flame, but the heat of it in proximity to Mubarak, coated in oil, causes them to catch and ignite anyway.
Incredible. All right, so that's 5d6 fire damage.
Oh my god!
And the oil does an extra
extra
amount
d6
per die of damage, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry, you're about to roll 10d6 fire damage?
I don't actually know.
Hold
so
on.
hot, though.
That sounds not correct, but sometimes things that sound crazy are true.
Do you want me to read you Oil Bomb?
Because otherwise he just might have discovered a crazy combo.
I mean, that's why I picked it.
Synergy.
Next time a creature coated in oil takes fire damage, it takes an extra d6 fire damage for each die of fire damage rolled.
Up to a maximum of half your alchemist level. So.
Got it. So
Okay.
you're going to roll 7d6.
Okay.
Close enough.
76 trombones.
In the big
Parade.
110 fire damage on your face.
Podcast has been real fun. I'll see you guys later on.
Come back, don't leave.
We're out.
We don't know how to run the equipment.
So 7.
7d6 fire damage,
Do you
please.
ever make choices that are crazy?
Yes.
I rolled really low. That's 21 fire damage.
That's low? My future NPCs are skilled. You put out the halo of flame, Mubarak's armor catches fire and like ripples sort of in time with the flames as they crackle. The flames are huge and possibly more than you expected. And Mubarak is trained in all manner of combat and so like immediately sort of like tucks, stop, drops, and rolls. Over his head, you catch Gordon's eye.
Gordon!
There's so much fire!
Too spicy! Too spicy!
Actually, what Gordon's doing is going, yeah! Burn!
Combo move! Combo move!
Combo move! Chili oil!
Chili oil.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and say that Mubarak is prone at this point. Stop, drop, and roll. Wow. Very cool. When you asked, the power of the city answered. Gordon, that's you.
The first thing I'm going to do is I take out a potion of growth and I slurp that down.
Okay.
And for the next 1d4 hours,
Oh, hours.
What?
for the next 2 hours, I double in size in all dimensions and my weight is multiplied by 8. This growth increases my size by 1 category for medium to large, for example, and if there isn't enough room for me to double in size, I attain the maximum possible size in the space available. I have advantage on athletics checks and strength saves. My weapons also grow to match my new size.
Yes.
While weapons are enlarged, my attacks deal an extra 1d4 damage.
I'm gonna throw up.
You're like Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah. Okay, so what I don't need to pick on Mubarak, because Mubarak is prone. So I turn to, is there like a grouping of extra dummies that I could throw a bomb towards?
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll do a holy bomb, radiant damage. It's a 12.
I mean, 12's gonna hit the stationary mannequins for
Okay,
sure.
yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
So it's D10 plus D4, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, D8. So that's 5.
I think also when you add a reagent, you add an extra D8 with it.
Got it. Okay. A 1. Okay, so that's 6 damage.
I mean, like, these things are flimsy constructs. Describe for me what it looks like when a holy bomb goes off.
It explodes in a blinding white light that sort of like slows down time and sound a little bit too,
Yeah.
just for a second. Yeah, you can't look at it straight in the face. It just, everything feels like molasses and it's very bright for a second.
Sure.
And then like a little blue afterglow maybe.
Yeah. Ooh, nice. So, JJ, you cast out a halo of flame, which catches all of these wooden training dummies on fire. And then as the light crosses through the flame just catches immediately quickly and like reduces these things to ash in like in a second. So like the light from your bomb is like a little bit blinding and then the light fades and there's just like 3 piles of ash.
You know what? That weirdly reminds me of the dream.
Ad Astra.
Say more.
At the end of that dream we all had, right? That bright white light sort of explodes in the center, turning all of those figures to ash instantly, right? So I see it and I am immediately sent back to that moment and I'm like so surprised that I sort of fall to my knees.
Dang.
And like have to catch my breath.
Is he okay? You did good.
And then I like regain composure. It's actually a very similar moment to looking into the abyss of the thing. And I like catch my breath and I look around and I notice that no one else has like felt it similar.
No,
you did great.
No, JJ is also the same because JJ was in the blast radius of the light. So
so you could see
I'm
it.
surrounded by ash and blinding light, and JJ also is kind of frozen in that moment as well.
And so we share a look, and then I look to Fran and just kind of shake it off and catch my breath and dust myself off. And then I whistle for BG, like trots over and plops down right next to me and goes like,
And just like licks you once.
yeah, and just like
Emotional support dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool, sick. I think, so it's Paz's turn next, and I think seeing that moment affected you both so hard because in the dream you were in the middle of it, right?
Yeah.
Paz doesn't give it a second thought. Paz's face is still sort of like angry. I think she's like slowly and without trying to dodge, just like step after step straight towards Mubarak. She's gonna take a little bit of damage from the swinging arms, but like each one that hits her comes away with like a little crackle of electricity as she passes. She's just gonna keep laying into Mubarak with the bolts.
Jesus, Paz.
Some of it gets grounded into the training dummies and like drawn away from her, so the bolt is less this time. It's actually only 1 lightning damage.
Oh.
But like she seems like determined and like single-minded.
Yeah.
Just, I'm going to
Destroy you.
destroy you.
Yeah. Don't piss off Paz.
Oh, no, never.
After that is Mubarak, who has to spend some movement standing up from his stop, drop, and
That's
roll.
one of the goofiest parts of D&D.
What?
Is like, all right, I'm getting back up. Oh, boy. You know, like...
yeah, that's so true.
It's so silly.
Yeah, he stands back up and sort of like finishes patting the flames out on his oil slicks armor.
Man.
Yes, we love to see it. Use that power. And
Yes.
then lunges towards JJ.
He's so
Unfazed.
great.
Oh, he's got to make a save,
Yeah,
right?
for the Spirit Guardians.
16?
No, that saves.
Okay.
So it's half damage. I keep rolling 11 for this, so
Really
half
funny.
to 5.
Okay.
I've only rolled 11s for Spirit Guardian damage this whole time.
Kind of funny.
That's kind of fun.
That's your lucky number.
Hey.
Yeah.
The gridlock of tiny cars that's surrounding your feet just all sort of like form into a line and just kind of ram his little feet. It keeps him from doing some like more acrobatic maneuvers and just kind of like keeps him focused on like, all right, I guess I just have to charge in a straight line. And he's going to swing his spear at JJ. Ooh, 15 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I had to not use my shield to use this pickaxe, so.
Sure. 10 piercing damage?
Oh, I'm fine. I mean, that hurts real bad.
That's smart.
Yeah, I think you see a moment of hesitation in Mubarak. I think he hits, and then you make a face, and like that's a pretty decent wound. Mubarak like shakes it off and pivots and goes, "See, you lose focus for 1 second in this game, and you're done for." And then sort of like turns around and stalks towards Gordon and looks up to look Gordon in the eye from below.
Dang.
And goes, "A bigger problem than I expected," and tries to like swing at your shin, I guess.
He's like the video game character. That's his personality.
And the spear bounces off like a shin guard or something.
Yeah.
And he turns back to the rest of you and goes, "See? Bigger problems require bigger solutions."
You know, he gives me Eddie the Eagle from Muppets
Yes.
energy.
Oh, yes.
Or not Eddie the Eagle.
Sam the Eagle.
Sam the Eagle.
A game I used to play at home with myself was like I'd be a little video game character investigating something and be like, the plates have been moved. I'll have to check on that later.
That's so Nancy Drew coded.
Yeah. The door's locked. I'll have to unlock that with a key.
Next up, the dummies are going to take shots. A bunch of them got exploded. But I do think there's like at least one for everybody still. 10 to hit.
No.
No. Misses everybody. Yeah, so a lot of these dummies are like seized up in the gears or busted or straight up piles of ash. And I think all of their like targeting mechanisms are like on the fritz. And things are just
Amazing.
firing like wildly around you.
If you gave them faces, it might help.
They can see where they're shooting.
They could see what's going on.
That's back to the top of the order. That is Fran.
Oh yeah, I got a new lease on life.
Yeah, these dummies are smashed. The Mubarak is being stared down by a giant Gordon. Slightly distracted. The window's open. Now's your time.
Oh yeah, I think. All right, I'll go attack Mubarak with a basic ass wrench. It's not gonna be basic for long. No tea, no shade to JJ. It's a great wrench.
It's a basic wrench. Absolutely.
A wrench from the store.
Yeah.
Store-bought wrench, but I will roll to hit.
It's my family's. It's old.
Oh yeah, I'll roll to
an
hit
old
with
store.
the wrench. Oh, that is a natural 20.
Yeah, it is.
Blah, blah.
So that is gonna be max damage, I assume.
Yeah, max damage
plus
plus your
3.
normal roll. Because that's how I do my crits.
Okay, wait. So 8 base, 2 10, and then plus 3, so 13 total.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Solid
my first
hit.
attack. And then second attack, I don't know if that's gonna hit. That's gonna be a 11 to hit.
11's not going to hit.
Yeah, that's okay.
I think the first one caves in the breastplate. Like it has to take a moment to pop out.
So that's interesting. So it does fold in. That's
Yeah.
good to know. That's cool.
And so as the armor pops itself back out, it's just with enough force to meet the wrench and cause it to bounce off.
Yeah. Dang. Cool.
Listen, you've got a strong attack now, and it's only up from here.
Hooray! My potential!
Ibra, you have retreated to the edge of the battle, and Fran has run forward to hit Mubarak. JJ has run forward. Gordon is looming, towering over him. All of your friends are surrounding your battle instructor and wailing away at him, doing damage. You can see the structural integrity of that mystical training armor that you're so familiar with is beginning to crumple. And they're doing so well. And you haven't landed a single hit this round.
Ibra's hyperventilating and their vision is starting to tunnel.
The sounds close in around you, and soon enough, the only sound blasting in your ears is the sound of your own heavy breathing. And in the middle of this oncoming panic storm, you feel a hand reach out and touch your shoulder.
Ibra flinches and whirls around to face.
You see the knight standing next to you, a sympathetic look across their face.
What do you want? Why are you here?
I am here to show you your potential.
You could talk this whole time? Okay. What is my potential?
Potential is not measured by a single hit or a single miss. Potential is measured by the will to achieve greater.
I want nothing more. Why can't I do it?
Because potential is also not a measure of the present. It's a measure of the past and a measure of the future.
What? What past?
The past we share.
What shared past? How do I know you? What past could we possibly share? I don't understand your riddles. Can't you just be clear?
I will save the riddles for another time. To achieve answers to those riddles, Ibra, you must believe in yourself. Because we believe in you.
We?
Watch and follow me. And then the knight darts forward straight towards Mubarak in a blur and makes perfect, precise slashes. Mubarak is unaffected. Mubarak can't see this. But in your mind's eye, you see the exact trail that the knight left, like an after image sort of blurring behind it. After that dinner with your family that put you at odds with your blood kin, after seeing all of your friends make such strides and improvements in the past couple days, and you plateauing at the place you were, maybe you felt a little bit lonely, but you see this after image that the knight has left for you to follow. And they said we believe in you. there's a family that believes in you that you don't quite know yet.
Ibra takes a really big breath and begins to follow the steps of the night, watching the residual images of this night and stepping very carefully, deliberately in each footstep, matching up as perfectly as possible. And they've left the naginata on the ground. As they move, they pull out their shield and their spear, they pop it out, and they move left, right, forward, weaving through the final swings of these residual dummies, almost as if they're not even there, following the kata step for step, and the speed starts building.
The more steps you take, the easier it is to slot into the footsteps left for you. Time hasn't quite picked back up to normal speed. There's still a little bit of slowness, a little bit of slow motion in everyone else's movements as you step through these kata, these motions, moving as though you know where they're going to be, as though you know the exact steps to take to avoid every single one.
Their hyperventilating breathing settles into the same pattern of the footsteps. They close the gap, and they make one final strike on Mubarak. Dirty 20.
Yes!
It's only 5, but...
Through the slow motion that has sort of surrounded you, like the ripples on the armor are normal motion, so that anybody around you sees just an enormous ripple crack through the armor as the spear makes contact. As soon as you do, in your vision, there's a spark of light from the contact point, and as your body takes the exact position left for you by the afterimage, the knight splits off from you and whirls around for a second strike.
I follow it without even thinking. My body just moves for me.
Make your second attack.
Hey! 18?
Yeah, 18 will hit.
Ooh, max damage.
Hell yeah.
9.
You whirl back around for your second hit for that final blow. The ripples across the armor from those 2 points of contact meet in the center of the breastplate, and like the phase of them meets up and it creates like a rogue wave across the armor, at which point the metal crumples and kind of like takes on the texture of tinfoil. Mubarak goes flying across the dirt floor prone, your final hit having thrown him across the field. You're standing in the follow-through of that second hit. The knight, standing next to you again, puts another hand on your shoulder and just goes, "There we go."
Ibra breathes out a sigh of relief and runs over to help Mubarak stand.
Yeah, Mubarak holds out a hand to Fran and JJ and Gordon, and like another hand on the plate, the structure of which is completely compromised at this point, and goes, "Stop!
Oh, timeout.
The battle is over! You stand victorious in the glory of battle! A round of applause for the victors!" And the training dummies that have been swinging around take their batons and like clap them together with stiff arms in front of them.
Funny. Amazing.
Ibra helps Mubarak to their feet and then breaks off to slam their spear against their shield the way that he was doing at the beginning.
Mubarak gets a hearty belly laugh at that.
Adorable.
Okay, who's hurt? Just us?
I'm good, actually.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
You and me, Paz. Just gushing blood from one side.
Oh,
I'm fine. It's fine.
Oh, no. We should probably get you patched
No,
up.
I got it.
Yeah, I think you come out of it. Gordon, you're still giant. I think it takes Paz an extra moment to to swirl down from like her electric storm. She's like holding concentration on the crackling bolt and like takes a minute to go, "Huh? What? Oh, we did it. Oh, nice."
And then I'll just use my channel divinity to heal us both up.
Cool.
I'm giant, so.
Yeah, Gordon, how are you feeling?
It feels kind of.
Now you're even taller. That's not fair.
I'm not really excited to be like this for the next 2 hours. How am I going to get out of that doorway?
Can you turn it off?
I don't think so. I think I'm
stretching. I'm like moving my giant arms around, and my voice is lower.
I think I'm just big for the next 2 hours.
I mean, we could just hang out in here until it wears off. I don't want to leave you in here by yourself.
No.
Gordon plops down cross-legged on the training floor.
It rattles.
Yeah.
Mubarak says, "Remember your skills. Trust in each other. You have all learned much. Rest up and get ready for the next battle." and then slams the spear down once on the ground. All of the training dummies sink back into the floor, and he walks off.
Wow,
So-
he's really cool.
He's pretty cool.
It's kind of weird because most of the time this gym is used as like the martial arts clubs are here. He doesn't know that we're fighting really crazy things.
Well, what was he training you to do?
This?
Okay.
It's this is,
What did he say the threats were when you were training with him?
he just said, you never know.
I get that. I get that. I love that a throwaway joke that I pitched to myself in like episode 1 just to give me an explanation for having a gun has taken on an entirely new life. And I'm very happy
it's
about
really a
that.
recurring bit on the show.
You never know.
That's
Yo,
a party point.
You guys did so great, though.
You did great too.
Guys, I'm so impressed. Like, you hit twice.
I did. I've never hit anything twice ever.
That was so good. That was so good. That was
You
so
were
good.
so good.
You were so good. You were so good.
And you're so big, and you were so good.
You're
we were
so
all so
sleepy.
good.
Giant Gordon is literally on his back and has the big nose bubble going like,
Oh, yeah, it
is
must be
asleep.
tiring being that big.
Wow.
Snorlax style, just out.
It's so cute.
Yeah, it's been a hearty battle, and you guys gave it your all, and you really came through. And now you guys are spent. And since Gordon can't leave the training ground,
I want to land under Gordon's big arm.
you all just get together in the middle of the dirt
Yes.
and make a big old cuddle pile.
Yes.
And about 2 hours into the nap, Gordon shrinks back down to normal size.
We all fall to the dirt and wake up.
And we're warmed by that small oil fire that's still burning.
Yeah, burning bright in the middle of the field.
The Wandering Path was created by me, Misha Stanton, and produced by Bex Taylor Klaus, Lynn Rafil, and me. This story was game mastered and sound designed by me, Misha Stanton, and was played and performed by Bex Taylor Klaus, Lynn Rafil, Ian McEwen, and Mayana Barron. Cover art by Lynn Rafil, transcript assistance by Darby Summers, and music courtesy of the Independent Music Licensing Collective. Our production and house manager is Erin Bark. If you like what you're listening to, please tell your friends and let them know where to find us. Our website is wanderingpathpod.com, where you'll find links to subscribe and follow us wherever the path leads. We're also on Patreon, patreon.com/wanderingpathpod. We're so grateful for anything you can do to help us keep making this show. Thanks for wandering with us. Till next time.